The question is, what reminders do I set to stay on task? I chuckle a little because I can often blow through the reminders. Like they'll pop up in my reminder, in my appointment, on my checklist, and I'll be like, yeah, but I'm really, really loving doing this thing. What I've discovered is the things that I love, I don't need to set reminders to. The tasks that I'm fearful of doing or don't want to do or just, kind of tasks, those are the ones I need reminders. So I'll tell you my format. And then, so Sunday night, I typically sit down and I'm going to be honest, it can be about an hour. It can be as little as 15 or 30 minutes, depending on what's going on. And I'll list out all of the things that I know I got to do. Like everything from laundry to calling a client to sending a contract to, whatever. Like it can be big, small, and whatever, like is meant like a major brain dump. And sometimes I have to look at last week's list and carry things over. And then I'll divide it between P and B, personal and business. And once I got them divided, I am like, okay, this is my business tasks. These are my personal tasks, to-dos. These are not the things that I do on a regular, reoccurring basis, like write a blog, host a show, like the tasks that are my regular daily assignments aren't on there. These are all of the extras that show up in life. So I have a reoccurring schedule that I know I've got to do like 10 things every day. And then I have all of these other things. So once I see that, and then I sort of will divide B's and P's into priorities. What do I really got to do? What things are linked to other things? What things can I assign off? It's kind of called the Eisenhower matrix, but I sort of do that in my head. And then I will transfer that, and I use a Trello board, and I'll transfer that to my weekly thing. So at the top, I have my business to-dos, my personals to-dos, and then each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I have those tasks that I need to keep doing or keep track of or follow through with or habits that I'm trying to create. So when I wake up in the morning, I check my Monday task list, I read through my to-do list, and then on my schedule or on my calendar, I time block for the to-do lists. I don't time block for those regular routine things that I do, like wake up, record a live, download the live, edit the live, create the transcript of the live, write the blog, post the blog, share the blog, post, like all of those things are on the everyday list. So on the time blocking, I'll just have built in Monday 2 to 3 P zone, which means take care of personal tasks. B zone, take care of business tasks. And they'll be scattered throughout the week so that I'm not necessarily having to remember what they are. When my calendar says it's 2 o'clock personal zone, I'm like, oh, let me go to my personal task list, pick 2 or 3 things out of them that I think I can accomplish during that time, get it done, and then go back onto whatever the rest of the day agenda holds. Whether it's a meeting, a phone call, a podcast, an interview, whatever it is, an appointment, then I go back into that. So what tools do I use to stay on task? I would say Trello and my calendar, and then my watch, because my watch sometimes will beep about certain things that I need to remember to do. Like in my schedule, I have 20-minute reset, which is just sitting down quietly, reflecting and listening into the day. But those are kind of the 2 tools. I've done every journal, every notebook, every day timer. I have like somewhere in this office, like the $1,000 edition of the Franklin Covey system. I have 4 or 5 journals. I have all kinds of calendars. You're gonna have to figure out what works with you and then do it for 90 days hard. But what I've realized for me is if I can download and then another piece is, so as I'm going through the day, if somebody sends me a message like, could you do this? Or do you have time for that? Or could I ask you to do this? You know how it goes. I just have a sheet of paper that's literally taped to my desk that I just write it on. And then when one of those time blocks come up, I can look at it and ask, okay, is this a priority over the other things that are currently on the to-do list, personal or business, or should I jump on this? I don't stop what I'm doing to take care of that because I'll lose myself. I'll just lose control. So I just keep a list beside my desk and things that pop into my head or things that people ask me, and then I try and determine where it fits, personal or business, priority or not, me or somebody else, and work it back in that way. So again, the calendar has just blank spaces that are time blocked, P's and B's, scattered throughout the day where I find time I can niche in. And then when one of those times pops up, I just look at the list, P or B, personal or business, to-dos. These aren't tasks that I am assigned to do as part of my business. These are things that show up and then go away. And I dive in and I do them that way. So the question was asked, how do I stay on task, or what reminders do I use? I guess I would say my calendar and Trello, and then a scrap piece of paper literally taped to the desk to remind me not to pull myself off task, but to stay in task.